Hello, it's Thursday, the 18th of June. Is this Todd Rundgren's birthday? Somebody like that. Tonight is my show at the Bemis. I'm excited. Please, you can tune in. It's free. It's being broadcast well, you can see it anywhere in the world. Your time. Watch it, folks. I'm really happy that I get this opportunity to play this music in this way. You know, it's as close to having you come to my house to listen to me play my music as we can get. So tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Central. I'll leave the link. There is an RSVP. It's free. So I don't really understand that. Since it's free, how can it get a capacity? So join me tonight, please. Join me tonight. And who is trying to get a hold of me already this morning? I appreciate hearing from all of you people. I do. Including the person who insists that our concerns are a cult. You know, it's just like that's worthless. You know, I've been living an entire life dealing with prejudice and racism, and that's my concern. I don't care what anyone thinks about cult shit. Things need to change in America regarding racism, police brutality, and systemic racism, and that's my focus. And so anything other than that, I don't know what your problem is, we need better treatments, period. So I'm hearing from all of you folks all over the world. I appreciate hearing from you other people, you other black people and people of color, letting me know I am on point. I know what I'm talking about. We're tired of this mess. Second Funk, it means the world to me that you're in my corner, and I love hearing from you. And that's very interesting, what you shared about Michael Gregory Jackson and Dereck Bailey. How about that? You got them the hookup. Because that Michael Gregory Jackson, I bought it when it first came out, and it's one that I sold. I'm so glad that I was able to get another copy of it. I'll show some records and try to talk a little bit, but yesterday I spent the day basically working on my set for tonight. I really like this new music that I've written in COVID pandemic lockdown. Okay, so I'm going to show some more records. Now I'm not sure if I've shown some of these. I haven't checked because I got some new records. I didn't show them all. Here's an old German band I'd been wanting forever. Murphy Blend, First Loss. Y'all know this? Murphy Blend was a hard rock band that was moving into progressive rock territory. They had organ, and there were some jazzier aspects of this album, but it's still kind of, it's like they could have progressed further as musicians. I don't know that they made any more records, but I got this in. Glad I got it. Like I said, kind of jammy. Listened to almost all this yesterday. Yeah, Anthony Braxton is the shit. Man, this is good. The ensemble playing, then the soloing. This is awesome. Something that I bought primarily because of the players, hoping that the album would turn out to be pretty good. This is just so. Speed Limit, I believe this is out of France. This is a reissue, and this involved members of Magma, along with Joel Dugernaut, the percussionist Chirac, and it's just okay. It's kind of a spiky, thorny version of jazz rock. It's I think that I just need to listen to this some more, because my first impressions are like, well, this is okay. They're good players, but they haven't spent much time together, it sounds like. But I got to get back to the speed limit. Have I shown this? I don't think I have. I found out about this. Well, Sven Grunberg is someone I knew about from Estonia, composer. But he had a band for a while called Mess, progressive rock. And this goes back, this is recently issued on vinyl, but the recordings are old. I can't see how old they are from the back here. This is really good. And it has the elements of prog rock that I really like, which is there are these elements of surprise in the arrangements and the chord, the way the chords go. There's a lot of different things on this album. Ambient, avant-garde sound pieces, orchestral sounding patches, and then the what I consider kind of mystical chord changes that I look for in music. Chord changes that are not usual but are inspiring to me. It's like they're touching on something just kind of just out of reach. Mess, Kusi Eniselt. This is really good. And is it because they're from Estonia that we never hear about this music? I never heard. I mean, I had to seek it out, basically. Anybody else? Well, actually, I did find out when I posted it online that other folks do know about this album. I'm happy to know that. Okay. Here's another one that I had forever had on burned CD, which I went ahead and put. I've been matching these burned CDs with the records as I get them. It's kind of fun. Dear Mr. Time, and the name of the album is Grandfather. I believe this band is from Germany. They only made this one album. The story is in here. I read it. I've forgotten already. But Dear Mr. Time, Grandfather. This is really good. And it is in the vein of rock that's trying to it's not blues-based, American-based rock and roll. It's trying to be something different. It does call on classical influences, but other things. I don't think this is German. Recorded Island Studios. I'll have to read about this again. Could be English. This is really good. They don't sound like other bands, but they sound accomplished. They sound like they've been playing for a while. Dear Mr. Time, Grandfather. I'm glad I bought it. Glad I got it on vinyl. It's very good. It's very good. This is not new. I pulled it. Someone was talking about the band, and I pulled it and played it. Hadn't listened in a while. The Enid. Airy Fairy Nonsense. And this is on the light side to me of the melding of rock and classical music. It sounds really almost like background music. Very well played, but light in mood. Like music to eat by. Glad I have it though. And if I didn't show it, I have another in the Magma. I'm going to try to get all the Magma on vinyl that I can. Ementet R, double album. As I'm getting these and hearing them, it's like I've heard these before. I mean, I've listened to a lot of Magma online. They do repeat themselves somewhat, but I do highly regard this music and Christian Vander's drumming. I don't know that I would necessarily like him as a person, but that's beside the point. The music is very powerful. So let me talk about this. L'Amour Records sent me another new release of theirs, Niels Gordon, Land. Hello, Victor, if you happen to see this. Thank you for continuing to keep me on your mailing list. I have to come back to this. This is electronic music, very much in the old Tangerine Dream boat. But so far, I've tried to listen to it, and it has not captured my interest. It just kind of starts bubbling and burbling, and then it's like I found myself just taking the needle off. So I got to come back to this, Victor, if you see this, because I'm going to say that if you thought it was good enough to put out, then there's something here for me to hear, and I'm not hearing it yet, but I'm showing it. Land by Niels Gordon. One more from Laser's Edge. This is an old prog rock album that I was on the fence about. Came out in 1974. German band. Faithful Breath with Fading Beauty. The band ended up evolving into a hard rock cheese band. But this is this is notable that they started out trying to be a symphonic progressive rock thing. This is notable because it's like it's not a poor man's Genesis, like we used to call Barclay James Harvest a poor man's Moody Blues, but it's like a homemade version of Genesis rock. This comes with this big 40-page book, which is cool. Garden of Delights just go all out when they do stuff. All these posters and concert flyers. The album is 2 side-long pieces that they meander just a little bit, but mostly they gather momentum, and they have the right idea. It's attempting to be epic, and I have to say attempting because it does sound at times like it could just almost fall apart, that they're reaching beyond necessarily what they can do well. But I'm glad I got this. Fading Beauty by Faithful Breath. And if you've heard of them, you may know that they did turn hard rock, and rather crappy hard rock. So I'm trying not to block anyone, but I don't understand. I really don't understand why some don't understand that racism is a real issue, and wanting to get rid of it and to stop being treated like shit. There's nothing cult about that. What we have is the cult of white privilege. We need to dismantle it. That's what's going on. That's why you're talking like you are, because it's like you're threatening that shit. It needs to go. People need to be treated decently. Society is unfair. And I'm not going to be quiet.